Hello YouTube, my name is Kajari Kodo and welcome to Let's Play Path to Nowhere. So today I'm going to finally touch the new main story, chapter 11, chapter 12. Uh, I've been slacking on the game lately because of real life and stuff, and have doing my best to actually not spoil myself with all the story in the social media and stuff. So yeah, without further ado, I'm just gonna jump immediately to the chapter 11, and it's the continuation of the chapter 10 after we kill the corpse bone, or at least the remain of the corpse bone.
Stay close. Something's up.
Did you see anything familiar when you defeated that corpseborn? Like fragments, cores, or inheritance inside his body? Whatever you want to call it. You should know it better than anyone else. Really? It didn't leave anything behind? And I'm afraid you haven't won yet.
Oh no, are you serious? After all of this fight?
The FAC has raised the threat level for the DISC surveillance zone, and is also actively dispatching formal troops to support West District. However, there have been a lot of obstacles. Personnel attrition is just one of them. Mania cases have spiked across Eastside these days. The 9th Agency confirmed they were all caused by Parma forces. City Council issued an emergency transfer order for the FAC's main troops to fortify Eastside.
Wait, this is still chapter 0, not chapter 0, it's still stage 0, right? It's already this intense?
Yes, even though it's part of the enemy's containment plan, they still demand that we prioritize protecting Eastside.
Are we going to stay here? Can we trust that man called Julian? Chief, are you going to be Rustfire's leader now?
What? Of course not. Oh. What's gonna happen to all the sinners in the MBCC if I left? You throw a few crumpled Rustfire propaganda leaflets in front of Julian. They spread like wildfire through the drifter camp in just 2 days, and had also been scattered across all of Syndicate. In the most conspicuous spot on the leaflet is a photo of you. I didn't expect you to do that.
Why did they write it this way? You shouldn't be thrown into the public eye like this.
I don't want to be thrown in front of anyone's eyes. You people are using me.
Gosh, Chief looks furious. What did they write to piss Chief off so much? The writing's too ugly for me to understand. Will you read it out for me, Hecate?
Is that an excuse, Hela? Hecate takes a leaflet and starts reading it blankly.
The executive officer's brutal mech has been totally destroyed. The mysterious beast is teetering on the brink of defeat. Shocking truth about the Drifter camp's victory revealed. The hero is a delicate bureaucrat with 2 damsels. Regardless of creed or color, come fight for justice. The hero from the Bureau has joined our side. The architect Julian weeps with joy and faints on the operating table. Chief calls out to all in West District. If the dawn does not come, let the fire burn. Embrace change and make Syndicate great again.
You make the girls leave before Hela bursts out laughing. Now only you and Julian remain in the room.
Rustfire's propaganda style is a bit dramatic and sometimes stretches the truth. This is just to catch people's eyes. To win people over, we have to be seen first.
Who wrote it though? That's the question.
I don't agree with this wording, especially the part where it describes you as delicate. Even if it's meant to give people confidence, it's too biased. I'll change it up for sure.
Julian picks up leaflet and examines it carefully, pondering for a while.
How about we change your pick? Add some muscles? It'll take too long for you to actually buff up. Maybe we could draw some abs on you, then take another photo in different clothes. That way you'll look more like Zoya.
Are you trying to cosplay me as Zoya?
Syndicans value outward strength over mental resolve. They trust those who look tough, so we have to change your image.
Well, I'm sorry that I'm not that buff, I guess. I'm gonna start working out from now on. Having made up his mind, he looks up at you, brimming with confidence.
What's your take on this, Chief?
I'm going to take your hat off. March 18. How long has it been since the last one?
Cup of coffee? 10 sugar cubes. Here, try some.
Are you allowed to drink stuff like that?
It's fine. Lavina's not here. No one will reprimand me. Oh, she's a lot better now. Good thing you cast your shackles on her in time. The mania in her is now under control. Maybe she'll even become a sinner when she wakes up.
Oh, that red-haired mom-like figure. Julian's tone is light and cheerful, in stark contrast to his ashen face. His broken legs are hoisted high, and the bloody battle scenes are still vivid in your mind. Right. Julian is really remind me of Earl, to the point that I kind of afraid that he's going to die. Like, we have enough male character die. All in all, he broke his legs to save you. You sigh and respond to him in a sincere tone. You promise to tell me everything. Tell me about the corpse board of this drifter camp, what happened 8 years ago, the Black Ring, and how everything links together. My target is the corpse born. That's why I stayed to wait for you to wake up, to ask you about it. If you don't regard me as your foe, but as a friend who fought with you side by side, then please fulfill your promise and tell me everything.
You're right. You've waited long enough.
He turns and takes out an envelope from bedside shelf and hands it to you.
I've already prepared everything I need to give you. It's all here. To me and to Rustfire, you're not only a friend, but you're the one who led us out of the darkness.
You take the envelope. It's quite heavy, as if there's a big stack of papers inside. You're touched, but also a bit embarrassed. I'm not that great. They need someone like Zoya, a warrior who will go to hell and back for Syndicate, or someone like you, a loyal guardian who will shoulder pain and burden. I'm just an ordinary person. Everything I did was just for my own purposes.
But the hope you brought to everyone is real. You were the one who saved the Drifter camp that day, not Zoya or anyone else.
His smile is warm and sincere, almost blinding. It's hard to imagine this is the same despondent guy you negotiated with a few days ago. Really feels like your heart got younger.
Really? Maybe it's because I remembered to follow my heart again. I'm really happy to have you here.
Can I open it now?
No.
What? Did you put something embarrassing in there? Your hands pause awkwardly in midair.
I'll send you to a special place where you can take your time to read everything. Don't peek before that. You'll get caught.
What are you planning this time? Didn't you say there were no more tests? What's this special place? I don't like getting pushed around.
It's not a test. You'll understand when you get there. I know you just want to complete your mission. That place is the easiest spot for you to complete it. Don't you still have to find the other half of the corpus you're hunting?
I thought the other half is dead. Like at the bottom of the DC or something? How did you know that?
Everything is explained in the letter. You'll know when you get there. Take this info as a token of thanks from Rustfire.
Okay, give me a second. Okay, sorry about that, I'm back. Alright. Are you coming with me?
I'm not going. I have to stay here. I have surgery in a bit.
He flashes another bright smile, making you anxious again. Just then, there's a knock on the door. Taran comes inside. Your presence surprises him, but he quickly regains his composure and nods to greet you.
It's about time. I'll escort you to the car.
Ooh, so polite all of a sudden. Is it 'cause you know who's the real boss now?
Please come with me.
Damn, what's gotten into you?
In the deepest underground level of the Drifter camp, you board a rail car that enters a deep, dark tunnel. Oh, where are we going?
Hey, want to know what you can buy from me?
With your life. Oh, we immediately fight. Okay. I feel like to kind of using Raven because she was like the main,
Who put a glass and roses on my
the
grave?
like the main central character in this chapter.
Getting my hands dirty could be
Irene
fun.
is there. Maybe Hamel. Using the only can use 4. Oh, okay. There's a new.
I can hear it.
And then maybe the first one,
prelude of the
one in the
dance.
front is Darren.
Okay.
Fine. Right. Oh my god, are you serious? We already have a ranged character already. And they actually... Oh, they actually go through this, I don't know, like this non-grid area. Wait, what? Are you serious?
Nevermore.
Oh my god, I hate that. Restart. I didn't expect that. Okay. If that's the case, I'm gonna be more cautious. I think because this is the first stage, I was like kinda underestimate. Right. And they actually can go there. Oh my god.
Nevermore.
That's gonna make Irene a little bit.
Vanish.
Can I use it from here? That's gonna work, I guess. Oh shoot. I have to use it. Okay, this is I picked the wrong scenario, I guess, for this area. This area is already difficult. This is the first stage. Hamel is basically useless.
Good show's about to start.
I have to say that, but you know, I don't think I need a healer in here.
Show's about to start.
Ooh. I'm so dead. Okay. I'm still alive. Like I don't want to lose any sanity. Come on, Aaron, do something. Yeah, holy crap! I shouldn't have bring hammer. This is pointless.
Nevermore.
I chose the wrong sinner.
Start.
What am I gonna do?
Good show's about to start.
It doesn't even stop there.
Good show's about to start.
Shoot. Right, I don't like this. I really don't like that. Right, Hamal, I don't need you. I'm sorry. This is still the first stage, you know. It's a surprise already.
Execution time.
I don't think iron will be useful. I would say serpent.
Today's performance is about to start. Get ready to
No,
laugh
actually,
your head
I'm still gonna use iron
Getting
for
my hands
energy,
dirty
but the rest guys gonna use serp because at least serpent can do a 3x3. Even though all this small dragon is like in the area that I cannot touch. Good. But the health now is going down so quickly. Let's just use it now then. Can I use it here? Okay, I'm gonna set up iron now. This is ridiculous. This is seriously bad.
here.
I mean, I can defeat it. It's just like I just want to like do a perfect run. Right, I still need to bring Hamel apparently. As much as I want to use Raven, unfortunately,
Got to face that boring, breathing bunch again.
and Hamel. I don't think we need a melee in here.
The prelude.
What a surprise to get us this difficulty. Again, like, it's not really that difficult. Like, probably I can clear it, but again, like my OCD tells me like, oh yeah, I don't want to lose sanity. I just want to like perfect it immediately. There you go. That works better now. Oh, I forgot to get ready iron here. See? Now all good. Let's use Oak Casket here. There you go. Go back. Yep.
Rest for eternity.
Vanish.
Oh, no.
Rest for eternity.
Time to die. Boom.
Rest for eternity. Let the dance begin.
Damn it.
Rest for eternity.
Almost pass. Okay, one more, right? So this is the last one.
Rest
Kill it
for
then.
eternity.
Oh shoot! I forgot about this one.
Time to die. Rest for
This is the last one?
eternity.
Vanish.
Right. Wow, that's pretty embarrassing. It's on the first stage. More blue lights were hung after that. After several battles, you finally reach the terminal, an abandoned, barely refurbished building. It's a small, airtight space with no windows, so you can't see what's going on outside. Ooh, Corso. Corso gonna appear this quickly? When you come up from the underground station, you see mountains of containers and supplies, as well as dozens of eyes staring at you from all directions.
Oh, so that small, scrawny shorty is our leader?
Good voice acting as always. The one leading the pack sneers. She tries to step forward, but someone else stops her.
Don't make trouble. That's a very important person.
The crowd stares at you with anticipation, excitement, hesitation, and fear. Many of them are holding leaflets. You feel a bit suffocated from the atmosphere. The black raven suddenly lands on your shoulder. It tilts its head, caws, then flies off to a railing. No one around you is surprised. You realize the raven is showing you the way. Follow it. The raven waits on the empty level. Only when you ask the two sinners to guard the stairs and leave you alone does it continue to fly onwards, leading you to an empty office. Once inside, the raven disappears. The room is quite messy, with maps, newspapers, and photos sprawled everywhere. It reminds you of Julian's office, only there's no machinery. You wait for a while, but no one comes, so you look around. On the desk, you see some familiar papers with someone's writing on it. The writing has been crossed out and revised several times. View. You're here. Welcome, Chief. Stop putting up a show. You rip open the envelope Julian gave you and take out the letter inside.
Hope you arrived safely. Now, as promised, I will tell you everything you need to know.
Good job. Let's go back and celebrate.
Tell me everything. Oh, okay. There's no battle this time.
Oh, is this area considered...
You just came through this city's largest underground transport network. If you had the chance to go above ground, you'd have seen a completely different side of Syndicate. Grand buildings, meticulous design, stability, wealth, hope, everything was neat and orderly. This was West District's Inner Bay, the birthplace of this city's hypercube industry. People dammed the farthest end of this sea, carving out some relatively stable waters. They then dug deep mines in Inner Bay. The hypercube was the treasure they stole back with their wisdom from the fearsome Dis Sea. It was the only strategic resource of the era of Nightfall, and the bedrock of this city's prosperity and status. People were the foundation of Inner Bay's industry, and many talented workers gathered here. Back then, mech technology wasn't advanced to penetrate mania fields. Senior technicians had to manually operate mechs to dig one mine after another. In NF-84, the Dis Sea explosion occurred, giving birth to BR-000. By the time the Broken Front Line was formed, 95% of Inner Bay had been contaminated. Hypercube production plummeted, hitting this city's economic and political status hard. Inner Bay's workers were the ones who stayed behind in the ravaged mining zone to help this city pull through its most difficult period. They formed militias to fight the emerging gangsters, guarded the remaining mines against further contamination, and gave it their all to boost Hypercube reserves. Sorry for saying so much, but that was the West District we were once so proud of. The people back then were the noblest of souls in the Golden Age. We all love Syndicate deeply. Next, let's talk about BR-002, which is the black ring you want to investigate.
Oh, so it's BR-002. That's been destroyed 8 years ago?
In NF-104, automated mining tech became common across East Side. On the other hand, due to contamination, outdated equipment, and work injury compensation costs, Inner Bay was deemed a negative asset by the higher-ups and was discarded. But the workers didn't want to give up. They begged the company to keep the mines and outdated equipment, so as to preserve West District's economic lifeline. In the end, the company agreed to the workers' demands on the condition that they gave up all claim to compensation. The two sides completed the handover of the largest mine, W31, on November 25th. Inner Bay won for Syndicate its own hypercube mine. But on November 28th, an incident erupted in W31. Workers got trapped, and contamination spread into the mine, which soon developed into a black ring. BR002.
Well, shit.
We have very little data on BR002. BR000 and 002 were too close in proximity, triggering the mass spread of mania. BR000 expanded rapidly and was barely halted at the FAC's third broken front line. The radiation from the contaminated zone continued to seep out, eventually covering all of Inner Bay. The industrial zone became completely isolated from the outside world. Not even the FAC could penetrate this layer of contamination. After a few years, they confirmed that the M value inside disappeared, but could not confirm the reason why. So, they just left. The survivors of Inner Bay, including their family members, total around 200 people. Afterwards, the Drifter camp was formed. As for those who were trapped in the mine, I could only confirm the names of 13,004 of them. The Romanesque monument was built in their honor. You asked us about our relationship with BR002. This is it. I've also told you everything I know about BR002. If you want to know more, please go to the next page.
Next page. There's very little content on this page.
Since you've made it this far, welcome to Shelter W31. Like I said, this is the easiest place for you to complete your mission. Once you leave the shelter, you can take a boat across Inner Bay to mine W31 in 10 minutes. This is also the ruins of BR002. This was once the Corpseborn's base. You said the half that fled is great at hiding because it leaves no traces, since all the contamination gets transferred to the dead half. Well, lucky you. Because the dead half is at the bottom of W31. Once you destroy this half, the other half will no longer be able to hide its contamination, naturally exposing itself. Rustfire will show you the way. The fighters here are at your command. This shelter, which has been a sanctuary for Inner Bay's workers since before the broken front line, has got your back. We couldn't let go of our past, so we came back and did what even the FAC couldn't. We used Inner Bay technology to resurrect the shelter and stockpiled enough hypercubes to hold off the contamination. The battle might be tough, but you can always come back to recharge your supplies. If I told you this is your reward for helping the Drifter camp, you wouldn't believe me. You're always such a cautious person. Yes, we each have our own goals, but they're all for the future of Syndicate. If you're willing to guard our secret from your superiors, then please read on.
Next page. There's only one line on this page.
Rustfire wants to recapture BR002. Eliminate the corpseborn, get rid of the Black Ring, and rebuild West District's mines.
You freeze for a second. Just as you are about to flip to the next page, the paper sticks to your hand. To your incredulity, you realize the ink is moving. You hear a woman's voice.
You're reading too slowly, Mr. Chief. Let me read it out loud for you.
A woman's voice snaps you out of your shock. The ink blots suddenly jump off the paper. Some wrap around your hand, and some gather in front of you. Wow! Why is it that this art style looks like she's like Sadako? It's so scary. Incredibly, they shapeshift into the form of a human. Executive officer? When did you?
I came here together with you, Chief. I read the rest already. Let me tell you their real motive. They want to take over a Black Ring and turn it into a mining zone for West District. Their next step is to engage in smuggling and collude with the Outlands to undermine the economy and security of Dis City. This is a serious crime. All of Dis City's hypercubes belong to the state. Any Black Ring ruins or leftover mines in West District are under the jurisdiction of the Executive Committee. Nirvana is the only company legally entitled to use them.
Wait a minute, so Raven is not on Julian's side? I thought she always like on Julian's side.
Chief, you've made a great discovery. Come, let's wipe out these traitors together.
Wait.
Wait? You want to cover for them? You've made new friends since the Legion Rebellion? You want to betray us, the 9th Agency, and Dis City again?
The ink wraps around your neck. You can feel the power of a sinner from it. That's not the same. In front of you is just a phantom of ink coalescence. The real mastermind is behind you. Oh, we shackle her so soon. You cast your shackles backward, piercing through a larger mass of black ink. A figure dodges your attack. The ink raises her high and she looks down at you.
Good reaction. Relax, I didn't come to fight. I just wanted to make this once-in-a-lifetime encounter with you more dramatic and memorable. Now let's have a proper introduction. Hello, Chief. I'm the shelter liaison. I'm also a Rustfire publicist, Syndicate war correspondent, renowned Drifter Camp author, Dis City ghostwriter, and the greatest romantic poet of our time.
That's really long.
I am Ray, but you can call me by my beautiful pen name. Raven. I write poems with darkness, and I've come to record this magnificent mission.
Wait, I always thought that she's on Julian's side. Then why she thinks that Drifter Camp is a traitor? Or did I get it wrong?
You need to keep up. I'm not going to wait for you if you fall behind.
She returns to the ground. Half of the ink goes into the ink bottle on her right arm, while the other half turns into the black raven that had come with you all this way. The tall woman strikes a graceful pose, and the bird lands gently on her uplifted hand.
A perfect debut. It'd be even better if the audience would show some excitement.
Well, I'm excited. Reply with silence, reply with literacy. Oh, I want to see how Chief gonna reply with literacy. Hello, Raven. I'm the Chief of the Miners Bureau of Crisis Control, a new friend of Rustfire, an old friend of Syndicate, the heartthrob of this city, and a mania magnet wherever I go. Damn! I'm not disappointed. My name is Kaiser Ikudo. I have no pen name. You can call me Dear Chief. Raven laughs, jots down everything in a small notebook, and applauds you dramatically.
Yes, perfect. Smile and relax, just like that. You look better when you smile.
Were you testing me? If I had opened the envelope before I got here, you would have killed me with your ink, right?
My, still holding a grudge? I already told you, those were just some dramatic effects for my debut.
Your outfit reminds me of someone. Who?
Don't resist the orders. Don't hinder the execution,
Uh-huh.
or else.
Well, isn't it obvious? You fit right in with the Essex.
It's part of a journalist's job to do undercover investigations. I've received special training in Eastside. Don't worry. Right now, the executive committee only regards you as a fool who's ignorant of the rules. Not an enemy. They don't dare touch you. After all, you've got the MBCC, FAC, and 9th Agency behind you.
Looks like you investigated me as well.
I'm a top-notch reporter. Getting the inside scoop, catching eyes, stirring things up and making them go viral. I can do it all.
Are you a member of Rustfire too?
Yes, but I have an office job. I don't like violence. I go undercover to collect intelligence and make my mark on the battleground of public opinion. More importantly, I witness, record, and broadcast those magnificent feats to ignite hope in people's hearts and attract more like-minded companions.
I love her voice acting. I can feel the passion.
People often praise my radiant presence by calling me grandiose. If they are the fire upon the rust, then I am the wind that sweeps the land. My words can spark a raging wildfire.
Regardless of creed or color, come fight for justice. The hero from the Bureau has joined our side. The architect Julian weeps with joy and faints on the operating table. You let out a sigh. I thought journalists would focus on telling the truth. Oh, she's the one who wrote it.
Journalists are warriors too. The truth is just one of the weapons we wield.
Then what do you fight for? You fight injustice and fate like Rustfire? You also want to take back what was lost?
No, I fight for love.
She suddenly edges close to you and stares into your eyes.
I love those who struggle in the dark. I love their souls that are torn by despair. I love their eyes that are awash with tears and how they shine after suffering pain and torment. Tragic, dramatic, and brimming with passion, they cling onto the faintest sliver of hope and plunge into the darkness. The fiery sparks of their dreams are but drops in the ocean, to be forever devoured by the darkness. Yet, this is precisely why that fleeting spark is so dazzling. I must witness and record everything up close, so as to immortalize their lives in my poetry. That's right. I'd rather be regarded as the Dis-City poet than a renowned journalist. My dream is for my poems to be read across this land for all eternity.
Immortal poetry? She needs to work on her language skills then.
You have the same look as Julian the first time I told him this. Most of the Rustfire folks had the same reaction. You'll get along just fine.
She suddenly squeezes your chin. I'm sorry?
But I actually looked forward to your arrival, dear Chief. Or should I say, I looked forward to the shackler of sinners, the destroyer of black rings. and the shepherd of this city. Tell me what you've been up to. I've missed out on so many things lately. Tell me about that riveting speech you gave in the Drifter camp. Tell me what you were thinking when you almost died from that fall. How did you convince the Legion? And how did you face Zoya's wrath? What was on your mind during the chaos of the carnival? Tell me about your sinners, your shackles, your superiors, and those who have died for you. Tell me about your lost memories and uncertain future.
Wow, she knows a lot about the chief.
What kind of darkness have you witnessed? And why are you still here? What are you in pursuit of?
She ages closer to you as if she wanted to devour you alive.
Tell me. I will use every detail to craft the most authentic representation of you. Many believe you can bring about change. They look up to your resolve and yearn for your guidance and long for you to lead and enlighten them. If I use my pen and paper to craft you into a star, to an idol, I'd definitely be able to create a heroic epic. Those in the dark yearn for light and hope the most. They need a hero. Will you be this hero? Become the object of my odes and realize each other's dreams?
I didn't do it on purpose. If you're talking about what I said back at the Drifter camp, I made that up to defeat the corpse bone. Can I skip this one out? You guys be the leaders. I have other things to do.
No problem. Remember these words then. Play your role well.
She pats you on the cheek and leaves you.
It really is hard for me to fight for you, write poems about you, and make sure you don't die at the same time. But I have a better plan to realize my dreams. After I become famous in Eastside, I'll return to Syndicate and work with Rustfire to open a school upon the ruins that'll educate the next generation. That way, my poems can be passed down generation after generation through my students. I've got my eyes on those two little sinners of yours. Children shouldn't be on the battlefield. Why not send them to be educated at my school?
I don't trust you. I think it's better if you hire other teachers. Yeah, exactly. Please spare Syndicate's children. Raven is already immersed in her own fantasies.
No worries. You fight your Black Ring, and I'll write my poems. We'll each live our best lives. In any case, the ensuing battle will be a much-needed ray of light for this dark era. Grave perils, dark secrets, and even a turning point in history. Plus you, an interesting soul. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
She gleefully takes a comb out of nowhere and starts changing up your hairstyle. You feel a bit dizzy from all the combing.
By the way, since we have some time to chat, I want to tell you that I sold those two kids of yours.
What? What did you say?
I'm just joking.
She suddenly aims a camera at you. Snap the flash blinds your eyes. Wait a minute. If Chief is like in angry expression when he said that, what are you intend to do with the picture? The picture prints out quickly. She shakes it and takes a look, apparently satisfied.
This one's not bad. Your gaze looks sharp and shows your fighting spirit.
Oh boy.
We leave in half an hour. I'll go prepare the mobilization. Apart from the elite few who will go down into the mine with you, the people waiting above also need some reassuring. Don't worry. With my writing skills, I'll be sure to paint a glowing picture of you.
What are you going to write? You find out for yourself soon enough. It doesn't take long for everyone to get their hands on identical leaflets, hot off the press. The darkness of West District rears its head again. The mysterious force that destroyed the Legion and nourished the gangs appear in the Drifters' camp. Why is the executive committee ignoring it? Was the Legion really destroyed? Or did they just go into hiding? Exclusive reveal. The Drifter camp's mysterious savior is actually Legion Captain Zoyas. You feel everyone burning gaze on you.
Rustfire's propaganda style is a bit dramatic and sometimes stretches the truth. This is just to catch people's eyes. To win people over, we have to be seen first.
So basically Julian knows the way Raven write things, right?
Uncover the truth, then use it to mobilize the public. See how excited everyone is? By the way, do you want to call Julian? He should be awake from his surgery by now. Even though communications are cut off in Inner Bay, I can use my Ink Raven for long-distance communication. You two leaders can mobilize together.
It's fine. You rip the leaflet in your hands to shreds, and also confiscate the ones in Hecate and Hela's hand. Raven laughs and waves behind her.
Everyone, next up is the battle for BR-002. The future of Syndicate is here!
Are we really going to like destroy another BR0?
All right. This is the fateful place where our hopes, glories, and comrades in arms are buried. West District might crumble, but even if we are buried, forgotten, and reduced to dust, we will never truly die. Go take back our minds. Take back West District's hypercubes, and everything else that rightfully belongs to us, including the future! 8 years ago, the fire snuffed out here. 8 years later, this is where the fire shall be rekindled.
Her passionate proclamation echoed throughout the mines, stirring up the crowd's fighting spirit. Oh, let's go. Still with 4? Okay, we can use 6 now. There's only 1? Can I stand? Oh, I can't stand there. Like, that's annoying. I would say... Irene, you go to the chief. I would say the 2 reticle is over there. Let's put the melee. Since Raven is already showing her
Who put a glass and roses
herself,
on my
then I'm
grave?
gonna use her now. This time for real. This time for real.
I'll relieve
And I need a healer, right? Hamel? Hamel is pretty hard to use in here because everyone is got separated. So I'll use Ariel.
I don't like to fight, but I don't like to flee either.
Okay, let's try this one. Right, I think choosing Langley and Oak Casket on that side is a good decision. Irene just there just to build up energy. Just use it now. Oh, what the hell, man? That's not how you do it. What the hell? Surprise attack. Don't forget.
Death is your only destination.
Let's just use it now.
This is my resolution.
Time to die.
Just wait until that guy inside. Boom. Okay, cool.
Vanish.
Oh, damn. Oh, I hate that guy. Just keep appearing out of nowhere, man.
Death is your only
I
destination.
think Irene can kill that. They start to do like this surprise attack.
Time to die.
Vanish.
Okay.
Nevermore.
Right. That's okay. Ah, damn it. Well, at least it's not that difficult compared to the first stage. Honestly, that small dragon took me by surprise, and the way the field was designed. This one is easier. They try to surprise me with that, like the cowboy monster or something, but it's not that much of a surprise to be honest. Right, let's go. Next one.
I bet I can find a lot of treasures on this trip.
The mine is an inward-facing, ring-shaped structure that dams to the contaminated waters to form a hollow, tiered interior. Each level ranged between a few dozen to 100 meters high and cascades onto lower platforms a dozen meters wide. The level descend into the depths. Beyond the third level is a total darkness. Contaminated liquids flow down the walls into the precipitation pools on the platforms. As long as the mine's mania field is kept relatively low, the precipitation pool can continuously produce hypercubes. Too bad this grand structure has long stopped operating. The precipitation pool is now dirty and clogged, while the huge elevator to the side is broken. You can only use the safety rope to go down level after level, passing by remnants of the black ring that are suspended mid-air. Finally, you land on a wider platform. In this windless abyss, the only echoes are Hela's complaint.
Ugh. Finally here. Whose idea was it to use that kind of rope to come down? What if a monster attacked in midair?
Makes sense, yeah? Good point, actually.
Don't worry, there aren't many monsters at this depth. People haven't come to Inner Bay for a long time, so there aren't any new corruptors to be born, while the old corruptors have all gone to Dis-Sea. It's not that scary here.
I really like this design of her when she's wearing clothes. She looks somehow prettier.
Oh, if you're really scared, I'll warn you in advance. There are only two things to watch out for. 1. Machines that can still move.
She picks up a rock and hurls it to the contaminated precipitation pool a few meters away. That a lump of scrap iron suddenly jumps up from the ground, bursting with sparks and flashing red light. It dashes toward the crowd. Before it manages to tackle you, a couple of elite Rustfire combatants knock it to the ground. You see some familiar symbols on its rusty metal shell. What's that?
Nirvana. You've probably seen a lot of them on your way here. It's the sole hypercube-producing giant and has a complete monopoly over the industry. It controls the Inner Bay Rail, all the mines and the mechs, as well as the entire trade network. Their power is formidable. The robots here are all old models. When no one is around to control them, the mania field will cause them to have all sorts of malfunctions. But they have really incredible attack power. Regular gangsters are no match against them.
She puts on her gloves and presses a button. The robot stops moving and becomes a piece of scrap metal again. Raven wants to take a photo, but gives up when she discovers her camera isn't working. She looks up to see you staring at her.
Why are you staring at me?
Do you have to wear this outfit here? Do you have to wear this outfit here too? No need for you to carry out mission here, and I know that Rustfire hates the executive committee.
It might be useful. There are some Nirvana security codes on this executive officer uniform. Maybe those cute little robots won't do anything to me.
I thought you didn't need to be scared of these things. I know you are very strong.
Yes, I am strong. I can control ink with my mind and make them do anything I want. In other words, every word I write is my weapon. But how can I use them as mere tools of violence? The ideas they hold are what truly gives them power. My writings should not dissipate like gunsmoke. They should last for all eternity.
With her level of poetry?
Yes, I'm a poet after all. As the saying goes, I can wield the sword to protect you, yet I must let it go to embrace you.
Before you can roll your eyes, someone taps you on the shoulder. It was an elite Rustfire combatant. Having swaddled himself like a dumpling against Inner's Bay contamination, he points at Raven, gestures at you, then bows wildly a few times. You can feel his embarrassment and apology through the mask. A shadowy figure suddenly tries to grab the combatant from behind. But he doesn't have a clear face, and his facial features are constantly shifting. You realize this isn't a human being. Your shackles pierce the figure but don't destroy it. The figure opens its mouth and lets out blood-curdling wail. Just as its hands is about to grab you, a slender streak of black wraps around you and pulls with astonishing strength.
Ah, and that's the second thing to watch out for.
Raven extends her hand, letting the pages of her exquisite notebook fly in the wind. The words that flew out had saved your lives. The ink blots finally returned to her in ink bottle. For an avid performer like her, this must be a very chic pose. Too bad it doesn't last long.
Fuck me. The sonnet I just wrote is gone.
I love it. They did not censor it. Oh god, yes. Let's go. Only one spawning point? I don't trust you anymore.
Getting my hands dirty could be fun.
Also gonna put old casket over there. Only one spawning point is very sus. Very, very sus. I'm gonna use Nox as usual.
I'll relieve them of pain.
Right. I think there's gonna be like one of those jumper again. Oh no, that kid is not good. Wait, what happened with Oak Casket? Why she's not attacking? She's out of range?
This is my resolution.
I knew it. What are you gonna do? I think Irene can finish him off. Just in case, I'm gonna put a lot of trap in here with Irene. Then a bit more, bit more, bit more. You go. Oh, no you don't. I'm gonna let him. As long as...
Rest for eternity.
Time to die.
Okay, that's good.
Vanish. Death is your only destination.
That's pretty annoying, I gotta be honest. Oh, okay. The battle has ended, but the Rustfire combatant is still panicking. He frantically turns you this way and that, checking for injuries. You feel the sincerity of his concern, but you are not used to this type of feeling. I'm fine. Please take care of yourself first. A few meters away, another faint figure appears. Hecate raises her hand to attack, but Raven stops her. Oh my god, that design! Oh my god!
Don't do anything rash. It hasn't attacked you yet, and it might not attack at all. Look.
The apparition trembles a couple of times and trudges forward, lifting its arms wildly and swaying from side to side. You quickly realize it's laughing with its friends.
These aren't corruptors. They're more like concretized spiritual contaminants. Memories from this mine. In most cases, if you leave them alone, they'll just repeat the motions of their past lives.
So this is like a ghost town or something?
Don't provoke them. Conserve your energy and keep going. It's actually quite entertaining to have them with us along the way. Plus, if something does happen, your chief will protect you, right?
Hecate frowns upon hearing this. She slaps away Raven's hand from her shoulder and walks away without looking back. The apparition raises its arm, as if calling out to someone. A couple of other apparitions come over and together, they head away from you. You can't hear their voices clearly, but it felt as if you are surrounded by laughter. These hazy memories make you feel warm and uplifted, but also a hint of sadness.
They will suffer no longer.
Like that the guy in the middle, like I thought he's gonna be like one of those cool NPC male character. Is he just gonna be like what do you call it? A mob or something? Wait, I'm doing the regular one, right? Because why I feel like I mean, like the first stage is probably like the most difficult so far. And it suddenly becomes so easy.
Hopefully I'll
Like
find some
I can't
interesting
imagine
use
like
material.
what's the story mode gonna be. The journey into the depth is surprisingly smooth. Though the area is severely damaged, it's obvious that someone had cleared the obstacles ahead. Most importantly, there aren't many enemies. Even when the Nirvana robots try to attack you occasionally, the Rustfire combatants will destroy them faster than a whack-a-mole game. They really are well prepared for this trip. Those apparitions also appear from time to time, and you can now make out some of their voices.
Score! The handover was a success. This mine is ours from now on. We don't have to worry about hypercubes anymore.
Wait until we finish transferring everything before you celebrate. With so many machines, who knows how long it'll take. I'm hungry. Any burritos left? I only want the ones I made.
Oh, why this part is being censored?
Get the little architect to come. He's smarter than you. He'd be furious if he knew you snuck into the mine without telling him.
No thanks. You know how slow he is. If there was a contamination leak, he'd be a goner.
He'd probably say, with round, what's there to be scared of? Even if the sky falls, we'll catch it. He is a leader, after all.
What happened? I can't click it. What? I think there's a problem. Oh, there you go.
This one is activated. On to the next one. Come with me.
Laughing and throwing their arms over each other's shoulders, the apparitions pass through you and vanish into the distance. In front of you, another group of apparitions appears. That's really hard to pronounce. To your surprise, you feel no fear traversing amidst these shadowy apparitions. Instead, you feel like they are Odd's friends who had time travel to keep you company. Their hope and trust for each other makes your journey into the abyss a bit less lonely and depressing.
Those are the workers from before?
Yes, the heroes of that era. After the Dis-C explosion, Hypercube production collapsed. The remaining reserves simply could not meet the demand. This city was really on the brink of implosion. The These workers were the ones who risked their lives to go into the mine. They worked during the day and guarded the mine from gangsters at night. After a while, they organized their own militia, Rustfire. Scores of people probably got infected with mania, but there weren't many reports of them turning into corruptors. The BR-000 had just appeared, so there wasn't much knowledge about mania yet. But I imagine quite a few of those infected in Inner Bay became sinners. There were people who mined at the foot of Dissea's Black Ring. They refused to bow their heads, even in the face of the Great Explosion. They had the skills, and they had perseverance. Weren't they cool? They were the ones who gave it their all to keep up hypercube production and replenish the reserves. They were the ones who helped Dis City pull through its most difficult period.
Quit bragging, you lion bird. How come I've never met such noble syndigans before?
They're all here. The last witnesses of the Golden Age. The Inner Bay heroes who fought with hope. I've been wanting to meet you for a long time.
Raven reaches out to an apparition, as if wanting to caress its face, yet the apparition simply goes through her. But Raven isn't upset. She grins, swings her outstretched hand the other way and slaps you on the back, making you stumble.
It's your turn now! Back then, the Inner Bay workers created this magnificent project. Today, their successors can surely take it back. I'm even more sure of it because of your help. How is it down there? You must know best, right?
The corpuscle isn't here. It's different from encountering inheritance. Here you can feel the presence of a huge mania body, but it doesn't have that terrible core. So at least there's no risk of a black ring explosion. However, perhaps due to the ringmaster power, the two half bodies, one dead and one alive, are still somehow deeply connected. The living half is out there spreading mania and devouring people's spiritual energy. The resulting contamination is transferred to the dead half. It's only been a few days since the tragedy in the Drifter camp. Where did the spiritual contamination from all those victims go?
Huh? Are we at the bottom of the pit?
Before you is a small pool of water that submerged the path ahead. Is it water from DC that had flowed down from above? No. Upon closer inspection, the water level is slowly rising. The squirming liquid gives you a sense of déjà vu. The liquid is welling up from underneath. It's contamination from the living half of the corpus. That half is still active and creating mania, and its contamination has completely blocked the path ahead. If still active, then it's not like dead. Then you can't call it dead. At the same time, you see apparition rising up from the shallow pool.
Go. Activate the next one. Must complete a handover.
They came from here?
The apparition rise from the pool and walk ashore, heading towards you. Their bodies become clearer and clearer.
That was just an accident. Hold on. I know these machines. I'll go destroy them.
I'll take care of the injured. You guys continue. Hurry.
It's not a problem. It's not a problem. We're almost done.
There's still hope. Hang on.
They look so strange. Is it the contamination?
Was that the reason? You reach towards an apparition heading towards you. Is this something that physically exists? Or... Oh, shackle. Let's go. Your shackle quietly penetrates the apparition, whose face suddenly warps and becomes incomparably murky. Even its voice becomes blurry.
There's still hope.
There are illusion mixed in this. These aren't just concretized contaminants. The reason we can see this apparition is that our minds have already been infected by mania from the mind. Leave now. Your nervous shout seems to have attracted the apparitions around you. They turn around and move toward you with their hands outstretched.
Chief.
Wait, don't provoke them.
Too late. Hekate's nightmare is already roaring and lunging at the apparition closest to you. The attack makes the apparition warp at the same time. You see emotion on Hekate's face again, but this time it's sheer terror. What happened to you, Hekate? Oh crap, I really hate this part. Yeah, I hate this one. I would say Raven stays still there, and then Ariel over there. I think I can rely on Langley for this side. Move closer. Where is O Casket? Where are you, Casket?
Got
Yeah,
to
good.
face that boring,
And Irene
breathing
is
bunch
this side.
again.
Cool. Let's go. Oh my god, seriously? I really had this dragon. Maybe I should just move Raven here too then. Just to kill the dragon.
Time to die.
Oh shoot. What am I supposed to do? Need to wait until he's on that grid.
Rest for eternity.
Wow, that's a lot of HP.
Rest for everyone.
Oof.
Is my resolution.
Right, that's not good. How can she died so quickly?
Vanish.
Oh my god, I forgot that Irene is
Time to
on
die.
pre-setup mode. Now that black hole is basically useless now. Let's try her.
Nevermore. Nevermore.
Okay. No, Nox. Can't do anything, Nox.
Your only destination.
This is my resolution.
God damn. Eh, what the hell is that?
Time to die.
No, wait. This one.
Time to die.
But I use it now.
Nevermore.
Where's Nox?
This is my resolution.
Oh my god, there's so many.
Death is your only destination.
No.
Time to die.
Okay. Did I do it?
Vanish.
And that is the last one. Wait, what? There's one more?
Nevermore.
Ooh,
Nevermore.
okay. I lose casket so early. The chaotic battle has ended. You managed to keep your emotion under control, so the apparition didn't cause you much harm. You grab Hekate and try to calm her down. The team rests briefly far away from the pool, but the contamination from the mine continues to corrode your minds. The water level is still rising, and more apparitions appear before your eyes.
Those machines are killing people. Where are the Nirvana engineers who came to do the handover? Where are Nirvana's people? Check the code, quick!
Self-destruct activated. Who did this? Stop them! Stop them now!
Protective mechanism failed? Lost contact with group B27. D7. D7 turned into a monster!
The M value readings are off the charts. Something is coming. Something way bigger than a corruptor. What could it be?
Could it be the Black Ring?
Fear not. It will be here soon. Hold out a bit longer. With his strength, he'll come and solve everything.
But who? Why did you censor her name? Zoya?
I'm not leaving. It's the only one that Syndicate has. We have to guard it. As long as we have it, we can...
I don't think it's Zoya because it's like far before.
This is our mine. It belongs to Syndicate.
As the anger, fear, grief, despair, and intense paranoia entangling them assaults your mind, you suddenly realize something. These aren't just inner bay heroes brimming with hope. This is also the ground zero of BR-002. 8 years ago, the corpuscle devoured them and gave birth to the Corpsebone and Black Ring. This was no coincidence. You look at the bastard mech half buried in the ground. Deep in the Mania field, they have long been paralyzed.
The robots here are all old models. When no one is around to control them, the Mania field will cause them to have all sorts of malfunctions.
Machines aren't humans. The Mania field might cause them to malfunction, but it cannot make them go crazy and kill people. They will attack humans only if they had been pre-programmed to do so.
In the end, the company agreed to the workers' demands on the condition that they gave up all claim to compensation. The two sides completed the handover of the largest mine, W31, on November 25th. Inner Bay 1 for Syndicate, its own hypercube mine.
An organization that built its wealth from monopolizing hypercubes will never share their pie with workers who were about to be discarded. Not then, not now. You look at Raven, who looks back at you teasingly. The executive officer uniform on her becomes more and more blinding to the eye.
It might be useful. There are some Nirvana security codes on this executive officer uniform. Maybe those cute little robots won't do anything to me.
Oh, so the robot can like detect if you are like an executive officer, but if you're not, then in that you're probably gonna get attacked. Looks like some tradition have survived till now. Are the executive committee linked with Nirvana? BR-004 has been destroyed, and the ring zone has been brought under control. Soon, there will be a new hypercube production zone. Nirvana will not let it fall into other hands. They will use the West District Reconstruction project to return to Syndicate.
Yes, you've deduced their plan. The executive committee is just a puppet organization stacked with Nirvana's people.
That's why they keep targeting Drifter Camp. Since Rustfire members were once Nirvana workers, how could Nirvana spare them? If Nirvana gets a hold of Rustfire plans and realize you still want your own hypercube, surely they will. She bursts into laughter and starts to applaud.
Chief, you've got what it takes to be a journalist. But think bigger. For instance, Nirvana doesn't need to get a hold of Rustfire's plans at all. What a powerful Dis City corporation needs to crush a bunch of downtrodden syndicants is opportunity, not evidence. All they need to know is that Rustfire has been weakened by the Corpseborn. That's more than enough reason for them to totally exterminate us.
Does it mean that?
Don't worry. Interbase contamination functions as a sturdy barrier. Without meticulous tracking, no one will find us. Plus, Rustfire's leader is still back at the Drifter camp. He'll attract all the firepower.
What do you mean, attract all the firepower?
I'm not going. I have to stay here.
Why would he do that?
For the future of West District, of course. Interbase BR-002 is the only black ring out of this city's watchful eye. It's the only mine that Syndicate has a chance of independently controlling. By capturing it, future generations can build up strength to one day escape Nirvana's control. This hope used to be slim, but lately, Rustfire's fortunes are turning around. The sudden mania crisis at the Drifter camp allowed our troops to fake their deaths and relocate to Interbase shelter on a massive scale. Now, Parma is holding up the FAC in Eastside, and the executive committee is hunting down Julian. And you came here. This is the closest that Rustfire has gotten to our dream in 8 years. As long as you destroy BR-002, change will sweep Syndicate. You are everyone's hope. So, just focus on completing your mission. Rustfire will assist you at all costs.
She looks up slyly at the broken sky beyond the mine.
Perhaps Julian's already dead by now? If so, he must have died full of hope. He truly believed that you can destroy BR-002. Though we'll lose our old leader and home, our new victory will inspire the people who won't grieve for long. They will take the resolve of those who sacrificed themselves and rally around you. Soon you'll be Rustfire's sustenance.
They will suffer no longer.
I don't believe that Julian is dying. No.
That's a lot of people. By the way, I charge per person for my show.
Soon you'll be Rustfire's sustenance.
That has nothing to do with me. I'm just completing my own mission. Don't let me eclipse the way of your sacrifices. It's the whole Drifter camp we're talking about.
You're overthinking it. Most of the non-combatants have evacuated already. Julian's the only one who needs to stay behind. He said so himself. You just focus on BR-002. Isn't that your emphasis all along? Why start worrying about others now?
I can't solve it right now. Contamination has seeped under your feet, and things are just going to get worse as you go deeper towards the dead half of the corpus. Not only is the way down soaked in contamination, the hallucinations are getting more severe. Hecate is the most obviously affected one. She's no longer cold and indifferent towards you, but instead becoming more anxious and jittery. Her nightmare is growing more and more unstable. Enough! Head back now. I won't go any further. We are figuring things out, whether it's saving the Drifter camp or tracking down the other half of the corpus. I won't give up on my mission. You guys don't need to do something so extreme.
It won't matter much, my dear. A sudden rescue mission now will only make the executive committee realize that Rustfire has other plans. As for you, if you don't destroy that monster below, how will you find its other half in Syndicate?
Staying here won't matter either. Oh. The water level is rising, which means the escaped half of the corpus is acting up again. As we dawdle, it will infect more people and spread more mania. More people will die in vain for this so-called hope. This is the truth of the matter. It's a huge risk to bet everything on this mission. If you lose the bet, we won't be able to continue.
You can.
The quiet Rustfire combatant comes over to you.
We'll get contamination-resistant diving gear as soon as possible for you and your companions to dive into the pool. Don't have to worry about countering contamination. We all brought hypercubes. Please take all of them.
Then what about you guys? Even the FAC has to avoid the radiation in Inner Bay. Without hypercubes, you have even less of a chance of holding out.
That's fine, as long as you can take back the mine. If it's still not enough, the shelter has the rest of Rustfire's reserves. Raven can send the signal for them to bring it all here.
But the shelter is also in Inner Bay. The people there need hypercubes to protect them too.
Everyone who came here has the same faith and conviction. You are the hope of Syndicate. We will give you everything to help you succeed.
What difference will it make? Even if all of you sacrifice yourself, I still can't guarantee that I'll be able to give you the result you want. But his eyes are determined, almost fanatical. You can't help but take a step back. The situation is beyond your comprehension. You want to ask Raven, but she starts to talk first.
Why do something so extreme? Is that what you want to ask, Chief? The Golden Age is gone, yet Rustfire is its legacy. They witnessed West District get destroyed by the Black Ring, then pillaged and discarded by Dis City. All their lives' work was crushed, humiliated, and discarded like carrion. This was once a glorious industrial empire, now reduced to rust. Only by reclaiming everything lost can they mend and rebuild their shattered hearts.
But you guys are too reckless.
Can't be helped. If those trapped in darkness refuse to forget the light, they will turn into moths that throw themselves toward the faintest spark.
False hope is a death trap. Do you want to see them die? Is it the kind of tragic poetry you enjoy?
But if you deny them this faint spark of light, what else can you give them in this darkness? Can you give them real hope after extinguishing their false ones? Besides,
her gaze turns ice cold.
those of us here would understand your decision. But the people outside will only see that you inexplicably gave up on something you could have continued. I know it's unfair to you, but many people consider you their hope and leader. But let them think you'd betray them. Rustfire members are willing to put their lives on the line for their leaders. But on that same note, they won't tolerate their leaders betraying them. If there's a misunderstanding, I can't guarantee that people won't act up.
Even if I want to live up to your expectation, a no is still a no. Before you can reply, a hand grabs you. You turn around to see a petite, hooded figure with a familiar youthful voice. Is it Taran?
You can do it! Back at the Drifter camp, you defeated that monster and saved everyone. I remember everything you said. You asked us to fight.
Where is the kid? How come you bring a kid down here?
I'm here to fight now, mister. Are you the man from outside? Do you know where all the people the execs took are? Can you take me there?
Oh, this kid has a name. Raven, why is there a little kid here? You ask Raven angrily, but the child tugs on you again.
I'm not a little kid! I followed you all the way here from the Drifter camp. Nobody noticed me. That's how great I am. I also got the strongest sinner to come here. She's really great at fighting. She'll help me, and she'll help you too.
What? Who?
I'm part of Rustfire too. I also want to fight. I want to avenge Mommy and Daddy.
His excited shout echoed through the mine. At the same time, there's a slight rumble under your feet. Waves appear on the pool, and more apparition begin to rise.
Take all my hypercubes. With you, we'll definitely win. Take back Syndicate!
Enough! You grab him and back away. What's happening here has crossed a line. You can't tolerate it anymore. Mission aborted. Raven, take everyone back. Hurry! The woman listened to your urgent shout for some time before responding.
Yes, leader. Remember to give me an answer when you get back.
The opposition surged towards you all like a tide. Raven holds up her notebook and countless streams of ink flow out to drag everyone away before you are completely devoured.
I don't have enough ink, so I can only hold them off this round. The rest is up to you. Good luck fleeing.
I don't want to flee! Let me go back! I want to fight!
Wait a minute. He speak about a powerful sinner, right? Could it be Crash? Crash? Oh, I just calling it. Oh my god. Yep, I'm familiar with the seal hat. The boy struggles, nearly getting caught by an apparition. You see a shadow dash by to shatter the apparition. Oh boy, what is this behind here? Sus. Oh damn, it's another one of those where you can't actually attack them.
Getting my hands dirty could be fun.
If that's the case, I'm gonna put all the reticle over here. Perhaps it's a good idea to bring Yempi here because her range is just so wide.
I have to go.
And maybe Iron is here. Now, the question is, I don't think Nox gonna be very useful in here. Maybe I should just bring Stargazer. I want to try to bring Stargazer.
Oh, those who are lost. Get in line if you want to have your fortune.
Maybe she will be good in this one. I'm just gonna put it here.
I will read your mind and everything
Give it
else.
again.
I will see.
Give it
I
here.
will read your mind and
Right, I don't have
everything
enough
else.
breaker for that
I
one.
will see
Oh no!
through your soul.
Right. That's not good. Okay, so I need a breaker. I think Stargazer will be good. It's just that I need breaker. Labyrinth? Right, I don't think Stargazer will work.
Mode switch active.
Labyrinth it is. Yeah, because I can't. Wait. Oh, it's not responding.
Battle mode activated. Battle mode activated.
Okay, come back. That was so close.
Not done.
What?
I still can't.
They kill fast. Oh my god, this connection, seriously. Right, so putting this tree behind is not a good idea. If that's the case, then I'm gonna move them up then. You are here, they're on here. Wait. So Iron is moved forward. Langley, Ariel. Okay, EMP, I'm sorry, I think you're not gonna be very useful. I'm probably just gonna put some melee. What is going on with my game? Hello? The recording is still going on, but okay, let's finally move again. Not sure what happened. Is it the internet? I'm gonna switch with Darren, I guess.
Okay, fine.
And
I'll go. I'll go.
I don't really want to bring a tank. Just bring Nox then.
I'll relieve them of pain.
Right, that's better, I guess. Right? Cool, cool, cool.
Vanish.
Oh wait, did I activate it? Yeah? Okay.
Vanish.
Battle mode activated.
Wait, just use the
Good show's
armor.
about.
Battle mode activated.
Good show's about.
Battle mode activated. Battle mode activated.
Good show's about.
Battle mode activated.
Just gonna put it here.
Vanish.
There's too many on iron right now.
Death is your own
Right,
destination.
okay, right here.
Good show's about.
What a waste. I'm using such a powerful attack on such a small fry. Ah, that black hole is kinda wasted. Oh, it's already been 2 days. You've returned to the shelter. The atmosphere here is now completely different from when you left.
What an unexpected success this mission was. We reached the lower depths of the mine, surveyed the terrain, and cleared many obstacles.
Honestly, I would not consider that as a success.
If I didn't have to use up all my beautiful writing for the last battle, there'd be a lot of notes in this notebook. But it doesn't matter. I've retained everything in my mind. The next try will be a swift victory. Chief, I'm taking your girls to get some rest. You should take a nap and then come find me. We still have a lot of things to discuss.
She winks at you and takes the sinners away. Some of those combatants have been affected by mania, but luckily you can control it with your shackles. You will never forgive yourself if these people who put their lives on the line for you turn into corruptors. But I thought it only works on sinners, the shackles. Everyone thanks you for your shackles, but there's no joy in their voices, only fatigue and despair. The eyes that had all been focused on you are now scattered, full of doubt and anxiety. You are not surprised. After all, the mission failed. You are unable to reach the bottom of BR-002 and failed to destroy the dead half of the corpus. The entire shelter is enveloped by worry and despair.
Hecate, it's time to sleep. This bed can fit us both. They made it nice and clean and comfy for us. Just relax now. Others are keeping guard. Come?
I'm not sleeping.
But you look like you're about to black out. Your body needs to rest.
It's rare for Hela to be so polite, but she gets no response. Hecate sits with her back to the door, facing Hela but not looking at her at all. The syndicate girl can't hold back her temper any longer.
What the heck has gotten into you lately? You're mopey in everything you do, and you put on a grumpy face even with Chief. Plus, you keep picking fights on your own.
I know, right?
What did we do to piss you off so much?
No, I'm not angry. It's pointless to talk about this.
It's not pointless. You're making me angry. I have no idea what's going on, and I don't like that.
I love Hela.
We still have to be around each other for another few days. Tell me what's wrong now, or else I'll call Chief over too.
Don't disturb Chief's rest.
Oh boy, are they gonna fight?
My behavior has nothing to do with you, Hela. Our mission is to protect Chief. That's the only thing you should think about.
Sibling fight.
Your concerns are meaningless to the mission. Go to sleep now.
Three armored units have been defeated, but the west side of the Drifter camp has fallen. Taran is trying his best to defend the main gate. Julian is still alive, but badly injured. He's under a lot of pressure and hasn't completely healed after the surgery. Need more companions. Need more companions.
Raven paces about and mumbles to herself as she changes out of the contamination-stained executive officer uniform.
What should I put in the next mobilization letter?
A black shadow zips across the ground, then suddenly flies up, striking the ceiling like. The room is instantly plunged into darkness. Before Raven has a chance to move, several streaks of black fluid wrap around her limbs, torso, and neck.
So you're the one Ica called help from. I figured.
As soon as Raven finished speaking, a sharp metal object presses against her neck. Somehow, her quill pen had silently fallen into the intruder's hand.
Well, if it isn't the little punk who skipped class and dropped out of school. You remembered to come back to see your teacher.
Damn, this soundtrack.
You've been on vacation for quite a while. Did you finish all your holiday homework?
Shut up, dumb bird. I'll pull your tongue out.
I didn't expect her voice to be like that though. Probably I will expect more deeper.
Thank you everyone for your hard work.
But from what I heard, I think they changed the English voice.
The game has begun.
For
Come
Crage.
pick out a way
Cratch.
to change your fate.
The room is now devoid of any source of light from inside. Under the faint light from outside, a huge shadow emerged. It's spurred by the murderous intent of the assassin behind it.
Why is that kid here? Send him home or else I'll kill you. Has Rustfire fallen so low that you want to send a kid like that to battle?
The sharp tip of the quill pen glips in the cold light and edges toward Raven's neck again, but Raven just smiles.
I already knew it was you back in the mine. I certainly didn't have enough ink to stop so many monsters. I don't know how he came, but as for why, you were there too, didn't you hear everything? Ica wants to avenge his parents who got captured by executive officers and died in jail. That ordeal transformed the child into a warrior. The darkness affects every Syndican equally, so everyone has the right to fight back. Right, Crash?
Crash. That's how you spell her name. Crash.
Or does the Guardian of the Homeless think that kid's not worthy enough to fight?
You're the one who incited them. You shamelessly wrote and spread all that propaganda about fighting injustice and taking back Syndicate.
Oh, so you read what I wrote. Don't you find it passionate and riveting?
It's a crock of rubbish. You made this mess, and now hundreds of armed execs and 2 armored mechs are attacking the Drifter camp. So many in the camp just died from mania. What are you going to fight against the executive committee with?
Of course, we can't rely on the Drifter camp alone. But there's no shortage of people who want to get rid of the executive committee and take back Syndicate, right? I put the ruins of that mech on the front page. A victory like that can really boost morale.
You're inciting a bunch of delusional fools to die!
Only those who wanted to fight in the first place can be incited. And those are precisely the heroes whose awakening I want to witness. If they're determined to go to war, who am I to disagree? Oh, I get it now. Your little homeless pals got incited too? All those cute little sinners went to help? Oh, they really went. No wonder Julian's still alive. It's been a while since I've seen them. I'm glad how capable they've become. I guess that makes sense. Everyone except you used to be so sweet to their teacher. The homeless all love me, right? That hurts.
The shadow strangling her throat grow even tighter.
You've got some nerve to mention that.
Why not? I look fondly upon those times. Oh. Loosen up a bit. My whole purpose of coming to Rustfire was to open a school. I took good care of you guys. I wrote all the teaching materials myself. Syndicate Academy. Isn't it great? I can realize my dream and protect the homeless at the same time. Giving them knowledge is giving them strength. That way, they won't ever be misled or bullied again, right? You let all those naughty kids come to me because you think that, no? What, you took everyone away just because I went to do some work in Eastside? You made everyone skip class and damage school facilities. Alas, is this how you repay my kindness? You really know how to break a teacher's heart.
Quit acting. If I had known your real motive, I never would have believed those lies.
Supplies are short, but if we work hard, we can still afford to support a few dozen kids. More importantly, they all show a lot of potential. Angry, unyielding, and trusting of each other. A couple of them are powerful sinners. The next generation of Syndicate all believe in her. They'll become the best Rustfire warriors of the future.
Your little plot can't escape the ears of the shadows. The gangs who oppress the homeless are indeed scum, but the hypocrite who exploits them is even worse.
Are you angry because I remind you of Yagyu? The one who used to call you daughter.
Oh, wow, that's some lore reveal, I guess. Does it mean that like she's one of those sinners that Yakyu tried to train as a dog?
You spied on me?
I'm not only a teacher, but also a journalist. Of course I'd know that. You loathe Syndicate. You want to keep the homeless away from strife, away from the center of the storm, and away from a world where violence endlessly repeats itself. You don't believe that the grown-ups who messed up this place can make it better. But not all grown-ups are your enemies. A lot of people want to shatter and transform this dark jungle where violence reigns supreme. All they need is the chance and the flag to rally around. You see how many people my little leaflets resonated with? They defend Drifter Camp precisely because they can't bear it any longer and yearn for change. The Silent Ones have come forward with the same desire as yours. Now they finally have the courage to do something about it. Don't you think this will usher in the real change?
Ha! You don't like violence, do you? Then you also know nothing about Syndicate. Even if you incite everyone in the city who wants change to be your cannon fodder, nothing will change for the better. Everyone says they hate violence, but violence has already been ingrained in their souls. The more you want to realize a dream, the more shortcuts you're willing to take. All these years, the fastest shortcut in Syndicate has always been violence. As someone who's willing to become cannon fodder and incites others to do the same, don't you realize you're no different? Rustfire hasn't found a way to change things at all. You're bound to fail. Just wait and see.
It's so sad to hear these words from a kid like you. It's because you don't read enough.
What did you say? Ah!
A jet, a jet black blade suddenly shoots out from her shadow, splitting open a nearby oil lamp. The flames that spilled out light up a corner of the room. The shadows bending Raven loosen up as several blades fly towards Crash, forcing her to jump back. But as soon as she lands, the bookshelf behind her suddenly shakes. Black streaks shoot out of the pages of the books, turning into a pitch black raven that attacks Crash.
Get lost!
Shadows split into thin threads and tear the raven to shreds, then move Crash through the air to a truly safe place. Raven has completely freed herself from Crash's clutch. In the tiny room, the black ink finally disentangles from the black shadows. The two sides lash out at each other. The two sides lash out at each other next almost simultaneously, then halt at the same time.
Ugh, when did you hide the ink in my shadow?
Well, technically, your shadow color is black, so maybe Raven can take advantage of that.
Gonna accept that you lost to me fair and square? If not, then blame yourself for being both stubborn and uneducated. Can't believe someone like this has the nerve to skip class. You're still so naive, little guardian. You can't outwit a grown-up.
I dare you to try it again!
I mean, despite of her being an S rank, but since she's like still a kid, it kind of makes sense that you just have no match against, someone that already mature, kind of.
No thanks.
Raven reaches out and effortlessly grabs the shadow trying to attack her neck.
We're really made for each other. We both manipulate dark substances, tread the darkness, and live in this broken land. You became my favorite student the moment I saw you. You're the most bipolar child I've ever met. You can't see the light, nor can you fall into the darkness. You've been struggling alone all these years. You're a lot like my friends. So miserable and adorable at the same time. When this war is over, take the children back to class. After my mission ends, I won't need to travel anymore. I'll rebuild Syndicate Academy and teach you well. Believe it or not, I didn't create this school to trick you into fighting. I want you to live and grow up in peace. I have only one real purpose for opening that school.
Crouch freezes, and in that moment, Raven suddenly yanks the shadow, almost tipping Crouch over.
As Syndicate's great romantic poet, I must personally teach my works to my students, who will spread them to the world. That way, my poems will be immortalized for all eternity.
You're gonna pull your tongue out, you lying bastard!
Knock knock. Someone knocks on the door. After realizing who it is, Crush flashes a look of fear as she steps back into the shadows. She spits out one last vicious threat.
I'll pull it out next time. You better watch out. Shadows have eyes on you.
She disappears.
Acting all tough in front of me, but fleeing at the sight of him? What's there to be afraid of? Such a little cutie.
What, who? The chief? She goes quiet after saying that. The knocking continues. Raven ponders for a while with her head lowered, then shakes her head and sighs. She changes her clothes, tidies up her things and puts out the fire.
All right, come in.
That's quick.
Someone came to have a heart-to-heart chat with me just now. Sorry for the wait. Where are those two kids of yours? One of them doesn't seem to be doing that well. Did you talk to her? Seems you've already made up your mind.
Oh. Was there an extra text at the end? Why I feel like there's an extra text at the end? I'm gonna check it again later.
Be nice. Give me your hand. Don't let those incompetent appraisers make your hand dirty.
Though your emotions have nothing to do with me, they'll get in the way of our mission if you don't control them. You're erratic enough to begin with. It'll put Chief in danger.
Wow, Hecate totally feels like different person. I thought they are already like born like sisters or something.
Go to sleep now.
She gazes straight ahead, completely ignoring that Hela is on the verge of exploding from anger.
You make me so mad it's almost funny. After being worried sick about you, all I get is, it's for the mission? Who are you kidding? It's not like you did that well on this mission either.
Hecate doesn't respond, but her eyelashes quiver.
You think it's cool to keep a straight face? Did it make you stronger in battle? You were so slow and clumsy back in the mine. Even the Rustfire guys did way better. Why do you have to be such a downer lately?
I was just not familiar with the new combat environment. I'll make up for it as soon as possible.
Cut the crap! You're so wound up that you snapped. You can't just tense up like this at the drop of a hat. You scare yourself to death before anything even happens to Chief. No wonder you keep losing.
Ouch. Hela.
Your mind is a mess, yet you still want to act all tough. Who are you squaring off against? And you have the nerve to tell me it's none of my concern. Fine, it's not! Do whatever you want. I won't care about you anymore. Good night. Keep it up and pretend it's for the Chief's sake. Can't wait to see you get humongous dark circles under your eyes and completely fail at everything tomorrow again.
Oh wow, this is like a real sister fight. After Hela finishes her run, she dives into the sheet and goes to sleep. After a long, painful silence, Hecate speaks up.
Am I really that useless?
Oh my god, she already slept? That quick?
I already reflected on my mistakes and making corrections.
That's cute.
Hela, I feel lost.
She claps her hands together, uttering each word slowly, as if confiding in someone for the first time.
I was born and trained in a lab to become a controllable and useful sinner, someone who can successfully carry out any mission. My skills and knowledge have all been cultivated for this purpose. But I've never been good enough. Not skilled enough. Not stable enough. Not safe enough. The researchers said that I'm fatally flawed. I'm only useful up to age 14.
What does it mean? Whoosh! The covers get thrown aside as a black shadow rushes over and grabs Hecate by the collar.
Who said that? What lab? What age 14? Does Chief know about this? Ugh, there's no way that dummy knows. Why didn't you tell anyone?
I thought you were asleep.
That acting is so good.
I'm asking you, how much longer do you have?
Wait, what? No, don't tell me that she actually... Oh, come on.
I'm already past the expiration date.
How old is Hecate?
Huh?
Hela, how old are you?
Good question.
I don't remember. 15? 16, maybe.
Do I look younger than you?
No, I think you're older.
You are so annoying!
Hella hops back onto the bed and wraps herself in the covers, poking her head out only after she cools down. She purses her lips, signaling for Hecate to continue.
They said what'll cripple me isn't age, but mood swings and overthinking. Even with intense training, there's a part of Nightmare that I can't control, which will go manic easily. Adolescence is an especially dangerous time. The researchers thought I would no longer be able to control my mental activities after age 14. At that point, I'd either be killed by my out-of-control nightmare or disposed of as a dangerous failed product. That's what would have happened. But then they found a solution. The researchers removed my emotions through surgery.
Oh no. Hella sits up and stares at her with wide eyes. This time Hecate doesn't stop and continues to mumble before Hella loses it.
It was the right thing to do. Feelings and emotions are as dangerous and uncontrollable as the mania inside us. Only by eliminating them can I safely exist. As the first successful case, I was transferred to the MBCC to complete missions and achieve my worth.
Ugh, that makes me so mad! Missions? Uncontrollable? You're not a tool! That's fucking ridiculous!
But all of this has led me to meet Chief, so it has been meaningful. I'm very glad to have gotten this mission. My existence is worthwhile, as long as I'm useful to him. But Hella, I failed. Back at Drifter Camp, my nightmare was shattered by the corpseborn. I should have tried everything to summon it back right away, because Chief needed it. Yet I failed to do that. I failed to hold on to Chief's hand, and failed to get Nightmare to protect him. I watched as Chief fell from such a great height. He almost died from that fall. Someone once told me that my emotions weren't an unnecessary burden that would constrain me, but can instead become strength for Chief. Yet at that moment, I couldn't control my emotions. I lost my senses and couldn't move. I didn't know if the shackles were still there, nor did I check up on Chief right away. I failed to rush to his side. My mind went blank. I couldn't make a single decision. Chief was able to bounce back, but that's only because he's strong. But as for me, at that point, I had failed my mission. Hella, I'm really scared. What should I do?
She covers her face with quivering hands, falling into silence as her shoulders tremble. Hella looks at her quietly, then lets out a sigh.
Why are these dumbass labs everywhere? Hecate, come here. I want to tell you something.
Hella pats on the bed. Hecate goes over meekly and looks at her, waiting for her to talk.
Not being able to summon Nightmare is normal. During training, you fall into a long daze every time your nightmare gets shattered. I'm a witness to that. It has nothing to do with your emotions. Whether it's because the enemy is too strong, or because you're too young, or whatever other reason, we all fail from time to time. All we have to do is try again. It's the same for me when I try to learn how to read from you. You feel bad right now because Chief almost died. It's the first time you've encountered something like this, so you're scared and discouraged, but don't know what to do. You're like a headless chicken, searching for non-existent reasons, and even started blaming yourself.
It's because protecting Chief is my mission. I live for my mission.
No. The real reason is that's Chief. You're sad, angry, and in pain because of our Chief, not because of some silly mission. It's because Chief is the first person that Hecate met outside that dark, terrible lab. And Chief is the first thing that you met and chose for yourself in your own world.
The first thing I chose for myself in my own world? What do you mean by my?
I mean, something worth cherishing that you chose on your own. For example, there's no mission that orders you to protect me, but you still do because I'm your friend.
There's no such thing.
You little ducking... Never mind. It's all that fucking lab's fault. I don't expect you to get it right away. Even someone as clever as me can't learn to read all at once. But we have lots of time. You'll encounter more things worth cherishing and embrace more of the world. With Chief around, he won't get locked up by those bastards again. He'll protect you. You'll be free.
I don't need to be free. Nor do I need to be protected. I just want the strength to protect Chief.
That's fine too. As long as you make your own decision, you're free. Chief must want to see a Hecate like that too.
What does that mean?
Hela lifts her head up smugly.
Something very profound indeed. Remember, we're sinners. We have hearts of our own, and that's what gives us strength. No one can control our hearts. Once you're able to leave that dark place behind and become the Hecate of your own choosing, you'll be stronger for sure.
Will I really be able to become stronger?
Of course. Trust me. But you have to take care of yourself first. That dummy cares a lot about us. Now that I'm not so worried anymore, I feel so sleepy. Come, the bed is nice and spacious. Let's sleep together. Who knew we're both lab escapees? What a coincidence.
You guys finally have something in common, huh? On the bed, Hecate moves a bit farther away from Hela.
No thanks.
What?
You're a bed hog. You were in the detention room across from me, so I already saw how you slept before Chief came. Every night you'd flail about and hog the sheets.
I hate you.
Good night. Oh, that was really cute. I love that scene. I love that scene. So many emotion put on that scene. You leave the pair's room. You go down the hall past the stairs to the shelter's command center and knock on the door.
All right, come in.
Oh, okay. So this is like the continuation of that. You go inside and see the dark poet. Right. Right. I think it's a good time to end it here because I also feel sleepy after that. You might notice that my reading is getting worse and worse on the last 2 chapter probably, or 3, or maybe since the beginning even. Well, anyway, I'll see you on the next Let's Play Path to Nowhere. Bye bye.